Hello, I'm Reverend Alison, and today we turn our attention to Psalm 40, which I'm going to read before we start to reflect upon it. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the desolate pit, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Happy are those who make the Lord their trust, who do not turn to the proud, to those who go astray after false gods. You have multiplied, O Lord my God, your wondrous deeds and your thoughts towards us. None can compare with you. Were I to proclaim and tell of them, they would be more than can be counted. Sacrifice and offering you do not desire, but you have given me an open ear. Burnt offerings and sin offerings you have not required. Then I said, Here I am, in the scroll of the book it is written of me. I delight to do your will, O my God. Your law is in my heart. I have told the glad news of deliverance in the great congregations. See, I have not restrained my lips, as you know, O Lord. I have not hidden your saving help within my heart. I have spoken of your faithfulness and your salvation. I have not concealed your steadfast love and your faithfulness from the great congregation. Do not, O Lord, withhold your mercy from me. Let your steadfast love and your faithfulness keep me safe forever. For evils have encompassed me without number. My iniquities have overtaken me until I cannot see. They are more than the hairs of my head, and my heart fails me. Be pleased, O Lord, to deliver me. O Lord, make haste to help me. Let all those be put to shame and confusion who seek to snatch away my life. Let those be turned back and brought to dishonour who desire my hurt. Let those be abhorred because of their shame, who say to me, Aha, aha. May all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation say continually, Great is the Lord. As for me, I am poor and needy, but the Lord takes thought for me. You are my help and my deliverer. Do not delay, O my God. So, Psalm 40 is a psalm of thanksgiving for deliverance, but also a prayer for help. And unusually, Psalm 40 starts on a high and ends on a low. And this is so at odds from the usual pattern of starting on a low and ending on a high. It has been said by some scholars that it's actually two psalms put together in the wrong order. But sometimes life is like that, isn't it? When everything starts off swimmingly, only to have crashed and burnt by the end of the day, the week, the month or the year. We only need to remember the late Queen's Christmas speech when she talked about her annus horribilis. Just as our daily lives can be complicated, our spiritual lives are never straightforward either. And in Psalm 40, the psalmist gives his testimony of deliverance when he looks back on God rescuing him, of putting a song back in his life and a spring in his step. And then he reflects more widely on deliverance, on the greatness of God's salvation and the nature of God's demands. He demonstrates a hesitancy about the endless rounds of sacrifices, recognising that they can become a cheap substitute for the real offerings that God requires, that of our lives lived obediently to Scripture and God. And there is the recognition of the need to surround ourselves with the company of God's people. And finally, there is a longing for deliverance as joyful certainty gives way to agonizing uncertainty, and that is expressed as an urgent cry to God. A reaching out, a grasping out a hold of God as though his life depended on it, which of course it does. He understands that past victories are no guarantee for future success. All of us today will find ourselves in one of those phases, either calling out to God to be rescued or saved, giving thanks for having been saved, or reflecting on the nature of God and what lessons psalms such as these teach us. So when we fall into need, we are better equipped, better supported, and have a deeper layer of trust in God and a deeper